I'm also saying the Senate has cleansed the MES scandal, that is a medical equipment lease scandal, that has cost us Kenya 63 billion. A couple of weeks ago, we are all screaming about how illegal it was, how scandalous it was. But the Senate has cleared it, and imesema ya kwamba, is it the beginning actually of the manipulation of the assembly? In some MES not a scam, says senators involved. No one will be held accountable for the containing 63 billion medical equipment supplies project for counties after senators rejected an 8-month investigation into the deals by a special committee, saying it was not up to scratch. What the hell goes on in this country?
You know, I'll tell you, personally, and I think I've said it here, I did not expect it to go any other way. You remember this equipment were paraded in State House. Don't know whether you remember that. And in fact, one of the governors got in trouble for failing to attend. State House held the throats of the governor. Wakaambio lazima hizi equipment mchukue. You have to take. Because the deal was between the president and the multinational companies. I've told you, companies involved are we have companies from China, we have companies from Malaysia, we have the Philips company. We have quite a number of companies that were supplying this equipment. And you know what puzzles me is that this equipment, we were not buying them. We were actually leasing them. I can tell you, there is an equipment that came to Kiambu that has never worked to date.
As you speak.
As we speak, we are supposed to pay, I think, actually we started paying. We've been paying through national government. And you know what they do? It is not that they give you money, you pay. What the national government is doing is that they are subtracting that money from
what they give you.
From what they give you. You have no alternative but to pay. If you're going to do a liquidation for money from national government, when your chief officer of finance is doing that liquidation, he has to sign off for that money to be paid. But you are paying for equipment that did not help this country. You know, I was asking myself, before you do anything, before you do any business, you have to do what we call a survey. Understand what are the needs of Ojuang's village. How are we going to achieve this? How are we going to achieve the desired result? I still want to know who is this person who did this survey, because why would you bring me an endoscopy machine and I don't have an expert in the county to run that machine? Why would you bring, I'll give you a case. You see Gatondo level 5. Gatondo level 5, there was a building that was given, a contract was given to Chinese, the new building. They came, they did a theater, they did an ICU, they did lift. For almost 4 years. The lift has never operated. The ICU has never operated. And the theater did not operate. Why? All those equipment are operated on a switchboard. Walituletea switchboard ya Kichina. Nobody could operate the Chinese switchboard. As I'm talking to you now, the county is doing a requisition of a switchboard that adapts to the language that we are able to understand. A theater, an ICU of 16 beds staying idle for 4 years because equipments that were supplied, zililetwa Kiambu, we don't have experts to do them. I think for me is that we should have identified equipment zenye tunataka, then we identify individuals to train, we bring them, identify. I can tell you of a county where that machine is still kept somewhere because there is no space for it. But you're paying for it. But simply because this deal was orchestrated by State House, I did not expect Senate to do any other thing other than do what they did for Igoro. Sanitize everything that was orchestrated by State House. So, it is unfortunate. 64 billion imekunywa maji. Tulikuwa tumefika bilioni ngapi zenye serikali ya Uhuru imeharibu in this country? Imemeza. Ongeza hiyo 60 plus 64 billion that has gone to waste, because the Auditor General report does not query that particular acquisition. The Senate report does not query. We have not seen the DCI or the EACC look at that matter. So it is safe to conclude that that matter is as good as dead.
Good as dead.
Yes.
You know.
Oh, you wonder where is a Kenyan in this equation?
Where is Kenyans? Kenyans, I'll tell you where Kenyans are. Kenyans are into the Jerusalem challenge. Kenya are there. I march in power. I know who I. Huh? I mean, how many Jerusalem challenge can we do? And you don't even have moves. You know, South Africa have done it. Now, sijui ni Naivas, sijui Watchman Group.
Nimeona sijui Ketepati.
Unajua. Oh, I mean, how many Jerusalem challenges do we need as a human being? People who can't even move are now organizing. Instead of talking of KEMSA, instead of talking of this big scandal, Kenya, I'll tell you exactly where they are. The Jerusalem challenge. Even the tackle team, we need our Jerusalem challenge. Why not?
I can do better than you anyway.
Right. So we need to see if Daktari can move his bond.
So what is sad? This is only a drop in the ocean of the humiliation and tragedies that have been excruciating. Only that the latest is well published and prolonged. But it has been like this for a while. You know, the biggest corruption in Africa have not been taking. Simple. Don't look for fancy word for corruption. It simply means kuchukua mkono hivi, kuingiza kwa kikopo or whatever, na kuchukua. Simple. The biggest corruption in Africa, according to people who have done auditing, is misplaced and misapplied projects. So hata ukiangalia audit pesa labda hata sijakuliwa, but mtu anakuja na project ya kukula kabisa. He looks at Turkana, for example, and say, you know, how about building a basketball court in every neighborhood?
In Turkana.
In Turkana. You know, only an idiot can think that way. But that becomes a project. It can become big whatever. You call it, whether it's big 1, big 2, big 3, then you go look for the funding, you launch it, you call whether it is these non-basketballers, and you tell them who have said Turkanas cannot play basketball. Nani amesema?
Ulisikia wapi?
Na hii mambo ati Turkana can only nini basketball. And so from today my government is going to build 1,000 basketball courts.
We have identified hidden talents.
Hidden talents in Turkana. Look at the height. Look at the complexion. Huyu ni Jordan. Hebu angalia. Look at huyu governor wa nani anaitwa wa Turkana, anaitwa nani? Nanok. Huyu nani has nothing on this guy. Jordan has nothing on this guy. Ni mentorship too. So now you know, we need to now nurture talents, guys. We need to nurture new talents, and have identified that. And this so now, as a government, my priority is to roll out in counties, but I will identify a few counties first, guys. You know, najua nyote mnataka basketball, but itaanza na few.
Itaanza na Turkana for the pilot project.
For the pilot project. So moja ya Turkana isichukuliwe. Ninajua Garissa mnataka
unasikia ati zile county identified Turkana, Samburu.
Governors kujeni hapa mbele. Tuweke Murang'a hapa ama tusiweke nini?
Ili watu wa mlima wasipige kelele.
We must balance. kitu ni ya kila mtu. Mnaelewa? There is talent everywhere. Unaelewa?
Alafu wanasema hawa watu wa coast watapiga kelele. Taita Taveta.
Taita ingia. Sasa na hii Nyanza tutachukua nani? Nyamira. Ranguma kwanza wewe ni soja. Kuja. Hapo si haya. Hapa chini imebaki vibaya. Unajua hapa katikati Rift Valley, the other side imebaki vibaya. Hapo ninaona hata tukichukua Bomet ingia. Now guys, let's do this thing. And msikule hii pesa. Nikimwaga hii pesa ya nini hapo chini. Mtu nisisikie. Ati ninakuja hapo, ninapata kuna kijiji haina basketball court. Tutakosana. Hata kama ni ndugu yangu.
Na tafadhali I will be coming to round
this thing.
Yes.
Sasa hizo kuna USAID hapo na badges and you know we love foreign accent.
Yes.
So there's this one lady who come. Yes, sasa Faizuti amekuja ambassador from Australia. Yes, siku hii amefaa t-shirt,
kucheza basketball.
You know, when I grew up, I always knew that black people have talent in sports. You know, you guys have done very well in athletics, and now it's time to take this a notch higher, to kick it up. You know, I always play some basketball with my homies, and you know, we like it. It's a very good game. And then you call Baba. You know, remember the Baba joke of Sijui rugby is a game played by thugs, watched by gentlemen. Golf is a game watched by Nini, and then basketball. Yes. So, this is the end thing now. You have a project. Tuna big six atuna tonight. You bring a musician who Nini or Eric Mondi. This country, we cannot be derailed by politicians.
Yes.
We cannot be derailed na wale wanaji. It's about service.
We must
tushindanie kisera. Unasikia? Nishinde na sera. Mimi nimeleta sera ya basketball Turkana. Na wewe lete yako bwana. Whether it is swimming in Kitale, hiyo ni yako. So the biggest corruption in Kenya. And I'm trying to make it light because I've grown out of nowhere. I've these odd moments of optimism, which I don't know where it come from. But you find that the biggest corruption is misaligned projects, like guided missile, brought with the intention of eating from through and through. During Moi's time, it was known that you'll go to maybe a minister and he will say, Bwana Ojuang, you look like you are starving. What is wrong, my brother?
Yes.
Ati Bwana yenyewe, things are hard. Bwana nini? Ebu enda kwa hiyo gunia, chukua bundles mbili hapo. Nini? Good boy. So then when I come to a show like this, mnapinga minister na wambia bwana, you know, you guys don't understand. You guys don't understand this guy. This guy has the burden of the people. Na unajua mkiongea mambo mabaya hivyo, you really hurt Baba. And Baba don't like, you know, Baba will have left this thing but for the country. And he does not like venye mnaongea vibaya hivi. You know, that's what even in a country like Uganda doing dictatorship they used to do. Unaitwa, unaambiwa bwana, unajua ile comment uliweka, it really hurt Baba. And unajua Baba is a very selfless person.
Baba is
sasa hata wewe ukiona ati yenyewe ninaona kumbe nilipata. Sasa unajua because of this, let's have a talk with some few crocodiles. You think you're being sent to a wedding or a buffet. No, you're being sent to crocodile. Unajua ukisema hivi unajua inakazirisha Baba. Unajua Baba si mtu anapenda kugombana nao. If you are left there and you survive, unajua sasa unajua enda public useme venye you have seen the light and you have seen now Baba is a hard working guy. Na hizi project zake za basketball is meant for us, not for him. Yeye ni mtu anaweza kucheza basketball anywhere.
Baba is looking 20 years ahead.
Sasa nikiwaletea basketball, ni mimi nitakuja kucheza hapo Turkana. Si ni nyinyi?
Na watoto wenu.
Na mjinga mwingine anasema ati nimelete basketball. Kwani nani atacheza hiyo basketball?